Good evening and welcome everyone to another game three in a night of game threes. In this one, we have syscrusher versus Tabby Orange. Uh, their game one, game two. Obviously, each one of them is one. It should be a good one. My name is Tracy M, and with me today is the as voted on by the Zelda One randomizer community, the commentator of 2023, BBQ.gov. How you doing, BBQ?
Hi, Tracy. Oh, thank you. That was a very kind intro. Thank you very much. I did not expect to win that vote. I was like, hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who comes out to, everyone who's helping put all these races on Restream. There have been a ton, including a bunch of fun, like you said, a bunch of fun game threes, including this one. This is winner take all.
Yep, and it was we just finished out a game three. There's a couple game threes going over on SpeedGaming main. I mean, this is the night. Syscrusher. I mean, I think we would agree that Syscrusher is, got the advantage in this matchup. Long-time player, Tabby Orange, relatively new to the community, but Tabby did win the Rookie Rumble tournament, so he's no slouch. And this is by no means an easy matchup for Syscrusher. First game, unfortunately, didn't get restreamed. Was only about a minute difference when Tabby won.
Yeah, Tabby definitely has the recent bona fides to be able to. Is work. Oh God, why does that first screen exist? Why?
I always like wizards in the overworld because it means they're not in the dungeons. But in these woods where they don't spawn correctly, and those we don't even have enough hearts to it's four hearts of damage when those wizard beams hit you. So yeah.
Yeah, that's just you just feel like you're a sitting duck at that point. As we've got immediate any roads, including one that takes us up towards Death Armos. That's a good check.
Yeah, I mean that's not really a great one, but we do have one that gets us very close to Death Mountain. So, decent. Anytime you have one near start, that by itself usually makes some good any roads. Maybe not great any roads. So I'll give it the good.
Yeah, it's certainly passable, and both of these runners are definitely capable of pulling off a screen scroll under pressure at that screen just above Vanilla First Quest 1. So they have access, and that's, in these flags, that sometimes about all you can ask for.
All right, now, we had hints at the Death Armos, which, that's really nice. It's close to start so that we can easily save scum them. Tabby is going to hang. Looks like both runners are going to hang out over on this east area. I like it. 3 Armos locations that we can check. And of course, if it's not here, we'll know it's the other one that's over on the west side of town.
Yeah, and with a recorder start, which we have, there are, as we find level 3 under one of the Armos spots on Tabby's side.
That's Shapes. That's too high to be Q2.
Yeah, well,
and way too high to be Q1. So we get a first half Shapes BBQ. My favorite.
I like it. I am a fan of Shapes. It adds, first quest and second quest have their own, known sets of difficulty, but Shapes, boy, anything can happen. Syscrusher finds level 9 on his side, all the way up in the corner.
Now that entry can be either, from what I could see, could be either Q1 or Q2. So we won't know until we see some shooty Stalfos or some such thing, what our back half is, or until we go into level 8 or level 7 and see there. 78 meat. Probably not going to need that today, but you never know.
Yeah, especially if we have a second. Well, I mean, either way, 7 definitely could have a troublesome block.
Yeah. I mean, we need to come with a word for the meat location, and only call it I think we should only call it a block if it actually blocks something, 80 arrows, 243 for the blue ring. Don't know that anybody's gonna be saving up for the blue ring, but if they are, they get to save a few bucks there.
That's nice. It's good to get that information early, so you can, even if you don't know what your large or your medium secrets are yet, just to have a sense for what you're up against.
Meanwhile, Tabby doing a nice job with these bunnies, these Pole's Voice. I don't ever count on these guys because they, vanilla or 10. Oh, nice job with the Kanana key too.
Very good. Some bad news on Syscrusher's side of vanilla level 5. we have the candle price. It's 2 off the maximum of 78.
Oh gosh.
So I don't think we're going to be buying that anytime soon.
I mean, from what most runners will just grab the first candle they can take. Oh gosh, this is not going to be easy to get through. Yeah, we're not. Okay, I mean, if you die, it's the same thing as upping. There's really not a lot. This is the end of the route here, so you try it, you die, and you come back later. But yeah, most runners will take the first candle available. So if the runners get to a candle shop with 78 rupees and can buy it, and they haven't found a take any, yeah, you're still gonna buy that candle. The take any's do not have to be available. There has to be an available candle shop, but there's nothing that says that the take any's have to be available. I have seen seeds with 4 take any's under a burn bush, so you just want to get that candle as soon as you possibly can, and you just hope you don't have to pay the 78 bucks for it. Or even better, maybe there'll be a candle in level 3 here for the runners, and that would just be red candle, and you don't have to think about it anymore.
That would be amazing. But yeah, no, the game has to make, as there's a ladder.
Or ladder.
On the floor.
Ladder's good too. Nice. The bad news, did you see those keys? 2 HP keys.
Yeah, the no knockback bats? Yeah, those are always fun. Oh, and Tabby.
Oh no, Tabby. Yep, taking those Gibjos are doing 2 hearts of damage.
Tabby, to that point, had been doing a really good job of keeping beans at 3 hearts while he's been in there to get through a room of Lionel's and I think a room, this bunny room as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that room, just one wrong turn at Albuquerque and just back starts.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to just see if he can get this Triforce and just calls it. You get the recorder, you can come back whenever. Just need to get through this room, which is not free. Now, this could be the push block. Yeah, Syscrusher's going to grab the candle here, there's no question.
Yep, but only 78 rupees away from getting that one. But Syscrusher left without getting the ladder out of here. So
yeah, that
if
could be a
into
problem.
A ladder block, or if there's something good at the coast, that could come back to bite him.
Yeah, sure could. Now he might go back in after doing these quick checks. I kind of like the going out. Oh, there's a map of 3. That's an interesting looking 3. But yeah, he could. Like there was another. It was 50-50 that Armo spot was going to be the spot. With the item, it could give you something that makes it better. Might as well check it first, and then go back, and we'll see if he does. And Tabby's gonna have to start over to go get this Triforce.
It's mild time loss, but not really very much. Oh god, that's a shooting gallery there on Syscrusher's side. But I'm trying to decide what this shape is in 3. The only thing I can think of is, the FTD Florist logo? It kind of looks like a smushed version of that.
Okay. I'm not particularly good at name that ink blots. I like to leave it to chat to come up with creative. We have Link running, which he doesn't do in this game. No Pegasus boots in Zelda 1. We do have Rupee Speed, the Rupee Speed flag, which is always interesting, but
I am a huge fan of Rupee Speed, mainly because it was only recently that I've gotten proficient at doing things like screen scrolling or ladder clipping.
Yep.
And Rupee Speed is one way. If you struggle with doing those things, we got the other hints on Syscrusher's side in the Lost Woods.
Also near start.
So if you want to save scum, if we get the book, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean they're expensive, but with save scumming, not so bad. So Tabby didn't pick up the candle. I don't think he's seen the price of the store candle.
Not yet, but he's making a beeline towards the coast, and he's about to get beamed in the face.
Okay. He survives. No, he was using the recorder. Okay, it's just a heart here on the coast. Still could make a difference if the white sword item shows up soon, and it's 5 hearts rather than 4 hearts, or even... Let's see, is he going to grab a candle now? Yeah, he's going to grab a candle now.
Yep, good call. On Syscrusher's side, we found the Armos item. It's the white sword. That's pretty handy early. Nice.
Yeah, Syscrusher hasn't done much, although it's probably still too late to go back and retry into the blue candle. Tabby definitely is too late to go retry into the blue candle, having found that ladder and found that Triforce.
Yeah, it would be tempting if they had found that about like 3 minutes ago. It would
Yep.
be tempting to up a retry, get that extra heart. But at this point, that's just one of those. Oh man, you just think about it later. Oh, would that have been the difference? Maybe, maybe not.
All right. Meanwhile, Tabby's found level 2. This, of course, will be a shapes level 2. 2 items on the floor, and could be a transport to a segment, but otherwise won't be a transport.
Yeah, transports in level 2 are often, they just feel like the game is messing with you.
Yeah, they sure do. And Syscrusher's going to hard reset to try and get a bomb drop because he's got none. Unfortunately for Tabby, finding these dungeons is going to keep him away from that Armo spot longer, and thus keep him away from that white sword a little bit longer.
Yeah, and so far that really hasn't slowed Tabby down yet. Doing a very good job managing combat in this annoying room with the first quest bubbles, where they just get in the way.
The first quest bubbles, red bubbles are what they are, but first quest bubbles are. I mean, can we have a flag with no bubbles? Is that can we ask Fred to do that?
I mean, we can ask
bubbles?
Fred to do pretty much anything. I mean,
okay, well, we can always ask. Yeah, will he do it? Yeah, probably. This one, I doubt he would do that one.
That feels it's one of those things that feels like you should be able to do that, but like with push blocks in Gliok rooms, there's probably some like weird coding reason that has to do with like a 0 and a 1 in the wrong spot or something that says, oh no, we have to have bubbles.
Because all right, look at this map.
That's what it was.
Look at this map.
Oh, okay. I know I often say whenever I see something like this, that's a paintball gun, but that is a paintball gun.
Okay. Tabby has the Triforce, may just leave. Which, honestly, I mean, we know that the White Sword being where it is, that's not a bad choice. I think he's going back in, though, because he's got that recorder going.
Yeah, and that's not a huge map. How was 7, 11, 14? That's less than 20 rooms in 2.
I feel like, I mean, 2's never going to be that big. I feel like it's a little large for 2, but you know what? That in a shapes front half, that's not going to bother me, because the larger, if 2 goes up, by a few rooms, and 1 goes up by a few rooms, and 3 goes up by a few rooms, maybe 6 won't be that monstrosity that it can roll into. I've seen 6s larger than some 9s. So.
Yeah, that always feels just gross. And then, well, of course, will the game put something important in that 6? Oh, of course it will. Because the game's got jokes.
Right, Syscrusher, continuing with the overworld search, finds, speaking of level 6.
Well, hi, level 6. We were just talking about you.
Yeah, we'll be able to pirouette this door open. I imagine he'll go at least a few rooms. We'll see how long he stays in here.
Abby doing some good patient combat. Gonna methodically clear these 2 rooms, see if we can stumble upon something fun on the floor. And then never have to come... That's probably another reason why you want to dive this, because that screen where level 2 was on the overworld is just covered in blue whiz robes.
Yeah,
you never have to come back ever.
I mean, ideally, you don't ever have to even come back in the first time, because with the recorder entrance, you have to do the recorder again just to get back in, which we saw Tabby do after he picked up the Triforce. Getting a few keys for our trouble. 2 likes to give keys, because if you think about vanilla level 2, in the vanilla game, you don't have to, I don't think you have to use a single key, because you can just bomb your way through the entire dungeon and pick up all the keys while you're at it. And in Randomizer and Shapes, it kind of mimics that a little bit. Since the only time you can't bomb in a level 2 is if you are on top of an old man room, or to the right of a right side staircase, or a remove most open staircase that would have been a right side staircase. Now, Tabby taking this death, either he goes back in. Yeah, we're gonna go back. Yeah, we're gonna go back in. It's still, I still think this is a relatively decent enemy set. And like you said, you don't want to have to go deal with those whiz ropes again. Apparently these bombs are expensive. I did not see the price. Did you see the price? I'm sure chat will share.
Yeah, I missed it. It would not surprise me if it started with a 3, though. There's a bomb drop for syscrusher. Finally, that white sword
Yay.
paying some dividends. You can stick out that orange wizrobe screen right by start a little easier now.
Chat saying 33. Thank you, El Rocco. Even if you're a rupee or two off, since you say you're not sure. That does confirm PBQ's possibility of the starting with a 3.
Ooh, well, something that starts with a D is the bow, and I think that's what Tabby just picked up on the floor in too. It was a little pixelated, but I think that's what it was.
Well, your eyes are better than mine, apparently, and Kami and Renakaya, who is doing our tracking and doing a great job, eyes are better probably than either one of us. So.
Yeah, well, definitely better than mine.
I will trust that was a bow, because that's the hardest thing. I always talk about trackers being the MVPs, but the hardest thing about tracking in this game, as compared to most of the other games that I commentate, is sometimes that item is just gonna pop right below you, and you don't, you see the runners, sometimes they'll hear the sound and they'll menu and they'll be like, what did I get?
I did that earlier today in a practice race, and we actually saw in one of the races earlier this week that a runner missed an item in level 6 because of the color of the palette in level 6 and the fact that it was the recorder and the fact that it blended into that color, and sometimes that happens and it's just real easy to miss.
All right, here's level 7. This is looking very 2Q-ish. Yeah, that's way too far to the left to be. Sorry, way too far to the right to be a 1Q7.
Well, but we have non-flashy ropes though.
No. Well, he's not in the bottom row. He's in the second row. This could definitely. Yeah, this is not 2Q. Yeah. I thought he was in the bottom row. If he was in the bottom, this would definitely be a 2Q. But he's not. So
okay,
I'm gonna completely change what I just said and say this is a 1Q.
No, that's fine. Well, that's good and bad. We avoid the cinnamon rolls of doom, which is always, most runners, I'll say not all runners, but most runners will say that's probably a good thing. But the downside is you have First Quest 9, which has 6 sets of stairs and roughly 11 billion rooms.
Well, I mean, First Quest 7 isn't a piece of cake either. Now, First Quest 8's kind of nice. 3 items and it's a relatively small dungeon for being level 8.
Yeah, I love First Quest 8. I will happily dig that every chance I get. I'll usually happily dig a Shapes 8 most of the time, knowing I'm probably stumbling on. Oh, hey, hi, First Quest 8. We were just talking about you.
Yeah. Now, one good point is we will not have red bubbles, which is always a plus. I still want Fred to make it so we can have second quest dungeons without second quest enemies. That would be really, really nice.
Yeah, there have to be ways to just kind of, there are other ways we can dial up or down the difficulty, so you can probably do that with flags. Well, speaking of difficulty, that is a left mole room, 2 rooms into level 8 that you have to go through.
Also, that was an 88 large secret for syscrusher. Which,
woof.
I mean, given that, if anybody, apologies for the spoilers, but given that the lassie, nice wand on the floor for syscrusher in 5. Given that the lassie gave them 50 rupees for the large secret, I think we'll take it. But
yeah, I forgot that was 50. That was not just 50 for the large secret. That was 50 and 1 for the small secret.
And the medium was like what, 28. So 28. Even that one, like the mid, like you can make up for a lot with a good mid secret. Like that's the one that shows up the most. But man, when you get 1 in 50 for your other 2, that 28 or whatever it was is not going to do you any good.
That is probably the most poverty seed I've ever seen. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, and in 20 rupee bombs, which is vanilla, would normally be okay. 20 rupee bombs, that's fine. But when your secret money is that low.
Yeah. Now,
I'm just gonna patiently wait these guys out so he can come out here with his wand and just pulverize them.
Yeah, wand and white sword, but even that taking a bop there. Meanwhile, on Tabby's side, wood sword, no secondary offense. Even though they're the slower variety, you have to be very careful. Try to get around.
Yeah, they pinned him. They pinned him in that corner there.
And I think Tabby's deciding discretion's better part of valor here. Gonna go over and check the armor spot and get the offensive upgrade. Then we'll see if Tabby wants to go back to 8.
Yeah, I mean, if you're having trouble in a dungeon, you're that close to what you know is going to be the Armos item. I like the play to just go ahead and go get it. Now, I would like to see him pick up that 5 rupee. Vanilla on the medium, secret 30. That's not the worst, not the best. I like how, as Syscrusher's picking up the book that we just found in 5, so we got the whole magic kit here. He fires the wand shot and it turned into the fire. I didn't know that would happen like that. That was actually really cool.
Oh, so he fired it before he picked it up, and then it turned into fire
It
when it
was
landed?
it was within, frames, and I don't know which way. So it might have been just before, but the book being picked up, it might have been just before, it might have been just after, but it looked like it was just before, and so it's kind of cool that the fire turned on.
Interesting. So, something interesting that just happened on Tabby's side. Tabby found level 4. 4 is the grave bomb spot that's just below the Vanilla Take Any road. Syscrusher did not find that when he was up here before, so he didn't have bombs. So
okay.
if 4, so we, Tabby got the ladder out of 3, which Syscrusher hasn't found yet. If there's something valuable here in this second quest 4 with 3 items, that could be a very nice boon for Tabby.
Also, we had a bomb heart mugger, which I think is the worst mugger you can get, because you don't want to give up bombs, you don't want to give up hearts, you don't have the option of getting the any key and doing it later. Tabby gave up that heart, and we'll hopefully either find the white sword item on 6 hearts after getting another heart, or we'll find it, or it will be a 5 heart. That's the Triforce for Syscrusher out of 5. He's done with this 5.
And 5 was right in the middle of the map, so that's, any level you're happy if you can one dip.
Yep.
But certainly something like that, like Second Quest 5, that has multiple sets of stairs. If you can knock it out and get 2 very useful items, that's going to be great. Now, is Syscrusher going to go check these hints? He is.
Yeah, he can check 2 hints. Red ring and 4, so Tabby might get that pretty soon.
Yeah, that could be really helpful. And then step over the water. Well, we knew that.
Thanks, game.
It's not quite a "you are here" hint, but it's pretty close.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the step over the water hints anyway, just because they can be a little misleading. Because you don't actually, you just has to be one path where you have to step over the water. Okay, well, the power bracelet's useless.
That's actually good information, because we don't start with it, and it, in a mixed first quest overworld, that's what, 8 or 9 spots that you don't have to worry about now?
7 spots. 4 that always open, 3 that might. But yeah, the worst part about a power bracelet, a recorder, a raft, pick your overworld opening item, is you often have to go back. That's what's so nice about these starting items. Like, we have the starting recorder, and that's 11 spots, only 2 of which are guaranteed to open, but you don't have to go back for them after you get the recorder. You can just do them on path.
Yeah, the routing choices our runners make. This is why, they're in the brackets, and this has gone to a game 3, because both these runners are smart about how they're going to route. Syscrusher did his grave checks and zip right back over here to the middle of the map, for example.
Yep, gonna do the forest, and we'll probably end it by going back into 3 with now with wand and white sword. Those Poles voice not nearly as awful as they were before. Still pretty awful though.
I was just gonna say. I was like, yeah, that's a sliding scale. I think
Yeah.
there's another big secret for Syscrusher in the Eastern Forest. All right, there's the entrance for 6 for Tabby. Tabby's going to check this spot down here in the corner. I don't remember Syscrusher checking this. It's just a door repair.
Yep, give me all your money. We'll see how far Tabby gets in this 6, or if he even decides to do it right now.
All right, well, minimum, you're going to pirouette this. It's a shape 6, so like you said, could be really funny, could be god-awful. We just don't know yet.
Yeah, the earlier we get a map on some of these dungeons, the better off we are. And it's nice of these blue Lamos to spawn in between the rivers there.
And the ladder, if the southern part of this map has at least one of the items here, or the Triforce, having that ladder is going to pay dividends for Tabby here.
That's a very vanilla seed. I mean, granted, the large secret rolled down, but 10 is your vanilla small secret, 30 is your vanilla mid secret. My syscrusher's gonna find level 2 very soon. Yeah, see that coast heart. Maybe doesn't ever come back for it, but with the recorder, they can take him right back to 2. Could come back for it.
I think that's 3 take endings we've seen now. 1 on the coast, 1 at Vanilla 6, and the 1 at one of the Armos spots. So yeah, if syscrusher can survive this screen here, then he'll be able to get into level 2.
Oh, see, and look at that 6. It's not that big.
That's a nasty choke point, though.
Yeah, it sure is. With the Triforce pretty much as deep as can be.
Okay, that is a, on the right, that is a slug, and on the left, it has a dustpan.
Okay.
I don't know why the slug has a dustpan. That doesn't seem like it's something they'd be interested in, but that, I don't know. Chat, what do you think this? Tracy, what do you think this is?
I have no idea. The cross on top definitely makes me think of level 8. Also makes me think of some sort of church, but then it's got this claw sticking out. Look, what's that?
Yeah, that's interesting. And you know, the shapes algorithm, as I understand it, doesn't intend to mimic existing shapes, but every once in a while it will. I had a seed last year I was doing where I was in level 1 and it was a shapes one. It generated the map. It was 1 off the second quest E, and I was just like, oh no, I broke the game.
I don't think we found either item here out of 6, but you know, with this could be something.
It could be. This is not a big 6. You said this earlier. No. That would be possible given what we saw how big 2 was. And yeah, I don't mind digging this if that's the size of the 6 we have to deal with. Oh, good suggestion in chat. It's Mario from Donkey Kong Jr. when he's launching enemies. Like, oh, I've played that game because I'm old.
And look at this. We have to take this transport to get into the cross.
Oh no, we're quasi-segmented. Oh no.
Yep. At least it's a red landmo we get dumped on. And Tabby's gonna go ahead and check all these rooms around that transport location, then we'll probably pick up the Triforce, and if he hasn't found the items, he probably needs to do some more of the left side of this. But I think he's cleared the entire right side, so I like that play to do that. There's a floor heart.
Yeah, and he should check this. Tabby should check these little nubs here, if for no other reason than by virtue of having taken that transport. Well, there's nothing there.
I mean, there could be a key there. You're not killing a Gleeok in a Chevy room for a key, though.
No. But yeah, by logic...
Oh, it's a super room.
Hey,
yeah,
okay.
Okay.
Can we push this without...
Yeah, you can push this without. You just gotta be a little careful.
All right, what do we have? I believe we already have that.
Thanks, game. You can keep that.
No one likes my idea of if you put 2 recorders together, you're basically making a bassoon. So you should be able to play like lower, like down an octave.
Oh, there you go. All right, well, Tabby now completely done with 6.
And 6 being out, even though it's by start, it's kind of out of the way. So having that done now, whereas syscrusher has to come back, as syscrusher finds the bow in level 2.
Yeah, that bow, you know, that does kind of... It's a good thing there's an item jingle, because that bow does kind of blend in a little bit with the floor.
Yeah, the string definitely does. And maybe it's just, you know, some of our runners play on console and some of our runners play on emulator. And, you know, so if you have 2 runners in the same dungeon side by side, sometimes the color palettes will be off a little bit.
That's right.
And that's why. So interesting that both our runners had kind of the same issue where the bow you have to kind of squint to see. It's like, oh yeah, that is the bow, isn't it?
Now, Syscrusher is, the nice thing about the way Syscrusher's doing this, he's got that Triforce you can see the dot still blinking, hasn't picked it up. So if once he gets his second item, he just up beta start, grab the Triforce, and not ever have to deal with those whiz robes again, unless he decides he wants that heart container badly enough to flute back here. And he's not gonna be able to pick up that heart container, sadly, but he knows he doesn't need it. Maybe he did pick up the Triforce, because I thought it was blinking still.
Oh, I think he's blowing the flute. I think he just realized he forgot to grab it, and it's one room up. So what the heck?
Well, and you know what else? Sometimes when you up A, you don't always remember which door you came in.
Yeah, I mean,
I've done that before. So I'm like, wait, which way did I come in? Because you don't always come in from the bottom like you do in vanilla.
Yeah, Shapes does like to do that sometimes, especially in bigger dungeons. It'll have you like level 9s where it has you come in like 3 rows from the top, and you're like, how is this physically possible? I don't get it.
Now, one point I will make right now, it's going to be 2 container hearts. This Syscrusher is probably not getting compared to Tabby, because it's going to be too far out of the way for him to go for. So, right now, if it's a 6 heart white sword item and they both find it, Tabby's guaranteed to be able to pick it up. Magic sword, Tabby's got 2 more hearts, so that's going to be 40% higher chance at any given time, be able to pick that up. Syscrusher going to go back into the 3, and early advantage Tabby because he picked up that ladder. I imagine Syscrusher will get it now because he'll hang in there with those Pole's voice. But let's say silvers are in here. I don't know when Tabby's coming back to 3.
Yeah, that could be really bad. The good news for Tabby is that red landmo room in 8 that was not very fun had the red candle on the floor, which means you're only looking for stair items, and one such stair item you're going to find the any key here.
That's a nice find.
If there was anything you were worried about buying in this seed, I mean, potions are not as big a concern because no red bubbles. Syscrusher bought arrows already, which I think is a savvy purchase once you get the bow. So, yeah, other than bomb upgrades, why not buy arrows at this point?
Yeah, there's a Goma right there, just to add to your point. No compass yet, that could be the Triforce room.
Yeah, the game has done that. We've had a few seeds in this tournament where the joke that the game likes to play in some instances is, oh, hey, the bow, the silvers that you need, yeah, they're Goma blocked, and you have to go into 9 to get the bow, and then buy arrows, and then go kill the Goma in like level 3, and get your silvers, and go back, because that's what the first thing everyone would think when they're playing a seed. It's, oh yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, when you allow those important items in level 9, some weird things can happen. We've had ladders in 9 to come back to the bow or the silvers. We've had, like you say, bow in 9 for silvers in another dungeon. These things definitely are out there.
And it does add a level of it does add a level of strategy for runners. When you get into the late game. Do you go to 9 when there are items in other dungeons outstanding? And sometimes it's a math play, and sometimes the math is not in your favor. And sometimes you walk into a horizontal shoot room when you're trying to get up to the top half of level 8. That's not fun either.
All right, we are looking for a stair item. Now, Syscrusher is looking for both a stair item and a floor drop. But the ladder was a floor drop.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what part of the map that was in. It was not in this.
It was in the second row, so I don't remember. I couldn't tell you which letter it was under, especially since Syscrusher is using boards instead of levels. And this is gonna be the item the stair item right here for Syscrusher. But it was in a room below a Pole's voice room with a shutter below, and it also had Pole's voice, I think. And it was a C-shaped room, so you were clearing it. And thinking, Tabby cleared it probably thinking it was going to be a staircase, and surprise!
Whoops! Yeah. Right, nice clock for Tabby to be able to clear those enemies out. Syscrusher going up in the general direction of the truck.
It is room like this one. It is not, however, this room.
Was 3 segmented? No,
it is this room. Okay. No, three. No, three wasn't segmented.
Okay, it was just okay. It was weirdly shaped like that. That's right. It was shaped.
I
don't
guess
remember
he
what we
must
said
have.
that
Yeah,
was.
he must have gone down more rooms than I thought because there was a. He cleared a Pole's voice room doing that really nice Kanana key, which with 7 keys, this
Right.
crusher doesn't have to think about. And then is this room right here?
Yeah. And a very nice Kanana key too.
Yep. And Syscrusher, I got arrows. I can just kill these guys. It's fine.
Yeah, so makes up some of the time that Syscrusher spent double dipping. Is now he's got the Triforce out of 3, and has closed that Triforce gap 4-3 now.
And it'll be interesting when he gets to level 4. Maybe these runners are good enough they don't need a red ring. But I might do, if I know there's a red ring in a dungeon, and it's level 4, which is, relatively small, I might go a few extra rooms just to try and find it.
Yeah, and 4 is one because it's 3 items, especially second quest 4.
This is Shapes 4.
Oh,
It's
Shapes
2
4.
items.
That's right. Okay, I was getting ahead of myself. Yeah, Shapes 4. 2 and 3 have not been that ridiculous in terms of size, so. Definitely worth checking. We know one of the 2 items in there is the red ring, but we're not sure if we don't know if it's a stair item or the floor item.
Yeah, I don't think Tabby got either item out of 4. Oh, there's level 9 at the far northeast corner, where you'd normally get a 100 secret, or in the second quest, you can get a blue ring there. That was the location that trolled me the most of this entire game. When I was trying to, I'm in the second quest, I'm like dying everywhere. Where is the blue ring? Where is my blue ring? I have all the rupees. And my friend is trying to describe to me this walk-through wall. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I do not know how, they made second quest back in the 80s under the assumption that kids could beat it, because this was a game primarily for kids. But I don't know who these genius kids are who figured that out.
No, I don't think most people, between sharing information with your friends and Nintendo Power.
Yeah, there was never any way I was going to figure that out as the kid. I'll go play Super Mario Brothers. I don't have to figure anything out there.
No, nothing to figure out in Mario 1 for sure.
Alright, so by my count, the only dungeon we haven't seen yet is level 1.
Yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, yeah, Tabby leaving 8 without the Triforce. Could be Goma blocked. I don't know if we ever saw that compass. There's 7 for Syscrusher. We'll see if he stays here.
Alright, that screen of death at top of the waterfall was just a blue ring shop, so nothing.
Okay, we don't care about that.
Syscrusher there. That would have been really mean if that was level 1. And there are silvers on the floor in 7.
Oh wow, that's just like a couple rooms in. Well, let's see. Unless level 1 is behind that raft that we don't have. We have everything we need.
Right, because we know Power Bracelet does not block anything.
Nothing hard required, but Power Bracelet can block things. I just can't block things that you need to beat the game. So, for instance, Magic Sword could be behind the Power Bracelet. The Potions Ladder can be behind the Power Bracelet.
White Sword item, which we haven't seen yet.
White Sword item, which, unless it's the raft that's required to get into level 1, could well, no, it can't be in this case because of the hint. But like normally that could be. A little gambling on Tabby's side, but when you lose just 3, yeah, you just kind of walk away and not too bad.
Syscrusher gonna dig the rest of 7. I don't mind this since you're it's right by an any road, so
yeah,
you can always get back here if you need to between that and Recorder.
Well, you have to at some point. I mean, we got to get the Triforce out of here. I don't think he comes back in here with the having gotten those silvers.
Yeah, it should be Triforce and go basically for Syscrusher at this point. Is Tabby's
and if
gonna
you,
get the
if he finds, let's see, what nice things could we even find here at this point? Because we know the red ring is in 4. Now, syscrusher doesn't know that the any key is an 8, so that's, to his mind, that's about the only thing left that he could find that would be of major use. And obviously, you pick up the raft if you see it, because it'd be silly to come back here just for a raft that if it turns out to be needed.
Yeah, that would not be my idea of a good time. Have to go dig first quest 7 for a raft. All right, nothing in the Aqua Menace room. Gonna bomb up here. Yeah, you can get up there.
I would not have paid that. I would have waited for the game to tell me that I need to pay that.
Yeah, you can always try to bomb up here from the south. Well, let's see if that wall bombed. Nope. Okay. Well,
it doesn't. So that room is hard locked by the mugger room. But then again, maybe you just never have to go in that room.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm a bit, and in this case, since you, sometimes you'll pay off the mugger because the doors were all locked and you can't get out, and you don't want to lose the time by doing an up A. But in this case, you could walk out because it was a bomb hole. Now, at least in this seed, we will have at most 3 mugger rooms. We've already seen 2 of them. I always get a little worried, and I kind of wish they would just build into the logic that the hard required mugger rooms in the second quest dungeons would count towards those 3. Hey, bomb upgrade! See if you give it the bomb, you'd be at 13 bombs. But anyway.
Yeah, that's just one of those, if you find that first, you're gonna do that, and then
you get your heart back. Here's the heart. But yeah, it always worries me a little bit when you have a Q27 plus you could have 3 in this flag set. You could have 3 more mugger rooms for a total of 5. I did see a runner go down to 5 max bombs once, and that can't be comfortable.
Oh, that just feels awful. Oof.
Now, I don't know if it ever happened in last year's random percent tournament, but you could have a full 2Q setup, and then now you can have 6 mugger rooms if the mugger rooms are on. It's like it's just 3. 3 is 0 is best.
Oh yeah, can we have -2 muggers? That'd be great. I'd love it if we had just people in the dungeons that just give you money. That'd be awesome.
There you go. Alright, so Tabby's in this level 7. I don't see the silvers tracked. I assume he walked over them? I hope he walked over them?
I think it's in the bottom left. And
yeah, but the entrance is in the bottom left, so I thought you had to go through that room just to get to the transport. Now, I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I think he immediately took a transport and then came up to the top part of this. But I would hope that Tabby's not going to leave without checking. Oh, syscrusher gets bodied by Spiky.
Bomb down, bomb down! Ah. Oh, well, okay, they're even in giving up hearts in this dungeon.
Yeah, and if they both full clear it, yeah, Tabby will get that heart right back. That's not a huge loss. It's looking, though, like both our runners are going to see most of this 7, so...
This Triforce is pretty deep. Now, it'll be a little... I was about to say it'll be a little easier for Tabby with his any key, but syscrusher, even after spending that last key, is still got 4 left.
Keys have not really been a problem
No.
in this seed. There's a bomb upgrade that Tabby would love to have.
Yeah, unfortunately, he can't afford it.
And here's the heart container in the stair.
All right, thank you, SerioX. Confirming that Tabby has not picked up the silver arrows, having managed to see that menu.
Okay, that makes
Here's
sense.
a compass.
It's in the bottom of the. It's in the mandible.
Yeah, I wonder if they must not have been able to bomb up there, because especially in syscrusher's case, having picked up those silver arrows. He's not even trying to bomb to the right there. Okay, bait not required.
That feels good. Okay, well, yeah, silver arrows are good, but they're not that good. You can't do damage on a Gleog with them as much as we'd like to. Syscrusher got to be
Some of the
careful.
rules are rather arbitrary. You know, like why wouldn't a silver arrow hurt a three-headed dragon? You know.
I mean, it should. I mean, I know dragons are scaly, but I mean, they're not that scaly.
Syscrusher using the pause strats, and one of the I often talk about this. One of the changes that Fred made about now, I think a year and a half ago, was to allow a toggle in game where you could change to pause, change your select button to do pauses like it does in vanilla, instead of doing the select swap. And then you change it back. Now I didn't see Syscrusher change it back, which means he'll probably do what I often do, which when I try and change my item, I'll pause the game and be like, what just happened?
Like, I broke
and
the
then
game.
you realize it really quickly. Yeah, there he goes. He would have hadn't changed it now. So
yeah. And there are the silvers for Tabby. So that second from the bottom row on the 3 cells on the right are a segment, because you get to the room below the Triforce, you can't bomb up or left.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Tabby, I don't know if he up 8 or if he took a death, but he's back to start. So he's got a long way to go before he gets to that Triforce, which is going to give Syscrusher to some time back that, Tabby had a kind of a decent lead.
Yeah, and Tabby's seen some of this 8. Oh, and you can't bomb to the right there in that screen in 8.
Oh.
That's a one-room segment.
That is a one-room segment. Ugh. And Syscrusher having the arrows and the bow going into this 8, there was a Goma, one room up and one room to the right that he'll be able to kill.
And if that's the Triforce, that's annoying, but...
Yeah, Syscrusher's done in this 8.
Anyway.
I mean, there's one more item, but there's no way he stays for another item if he gets the Triforce right here. Like, at this point, like, there's nothing left that... Okay, again, just the raft, if level 1... Unless, did we see a hint?
No, I don't think we have.
Chat saying level 1 on Death Mountain. I don't know if that's I think it's on Death Mountain or if that's we saw a hint. It is just a 5 rupees, so Syscrusher's gonna have to stay in this 8 a little bit longer.
Oh, Cammy and our tracker is saying that it was a hint in level 8 that level 1's on Death Mountain.
All right, okay, so raft not required because there's no raft spots in Death Mountain.
And that makes sense because we between the 2 runners, we've seen pretty much all of the rest of the map except for Death Mountain. We've even seen the Lost Hills.
Yep.
Nice
job double stunning there. There's another Goma. Just bombs though. And Syscrusher already having full bombs, not going to be able to pick it up. Unfortunately, Tabby still can't afford the bomb upgrade there. And let's see if this is the transport or the last item.
Yeah, you have to check this to see. And it's a transport, so no dice there. Yeah, and I don't think the Triforce... Can the Triforce spawn in dark rooms? I don't think it can.
No, the only thing dark rooms can hide are push blocks. Now, most of the time, if there's a push block in a room and it's dark, you're going to be able to see those push blocks. But we found out the hard way in a seed that involved, I forget who he was playing, but Sci-Town was playing a seed in this tournament where we couldn't figure out where the push block was. I want to say it was level 8. And it was in a dark room, and you couldn't see the push block. And
I remember this.
He never lit the candle for it. So, we all learned that day.
See, that's the thing about Randomizer. I mean, Z1R is very fun, and everyone thinks, the Z1R, it's simpler. Like, no.
I mean,
we constantly learn new stuff.
Yeah, Z3 has more complicated logic, but we know what the dungeons look like in Z3. There are no shapes in Z3. And the rooms always connect the same way. Oh, I mean, you don't have to imagine. We have something called Door Rando.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, that is...
It doesn't quite mimic what this is, but boy, is it interesting.
I don't know how that doesn't break the game because it just feels weird.
Very talented programmers is what I'll say.
Yeah, I mean that has to be it. So syscrusher gets the third item out of the stair in 8. It's just a heart container, and that Triforce is all the way up in the top right of the cross. So syscrusher's done in 8.
Yep, just he needs to find 4. He knows where 6 is. We're gonna bomb these ladder spots. You know, we still haven't found the white sword item.
That is true, and that could be. I mean, it's not going to be anything critical, but that has to be lingering in the back of our runners' minds a little bit.
I don't know. I mean, I don't. Well, Tabby hasn't seen the power bracelet hint. But we know at this point that we don't need the power bracelet or the raft. So, harder boomerang? I mean, or useless power bracelet? I mean, useless raft? What?
All right, so Tabby's gonna get the Triforce right here after killing this Gleeok.
And nice to have the white sword. Actually, did he? You know, I'm looking at his palette. He's red. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean anything because you can play with, different colors of Link. But he was definitely taking on that Gleeok like he had a red ring. So I'm kind of wondering if he did pick that up.
Yeah, I mean, if he did, it would have been in level 4, and
yep, he was in level 4. Yep. Oh, here's level 1. Yeah, okay, he did get the red ring. We knew it was in 4, we just didn't see him pick it up. Okay, he's gonna go ahead and do, come back into level 8. I didn't see the precise location of 1, but it was in Death Mountain as the, and I think that was a power bracelet that syscrusher just picked up on the floor, but I didn't see it long enough to say for sure.
Yeah, not something he particularly cares about at this point, but hey, we'll grab it nonetheless. I think 1 was up in Eastern Death Mountain.
A lot of likes here, which I contend are peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but everybody else calls them pancakes. And I just don't see it.
I think it's probably that dark orange in there that kind of looks syrupy, but I mean, they're a stack of something.
They are bread shaped.
I have never had a stack of pancakes try to eat me. I'll just put that out there.
That's true.
I mean, maybe
or a sandwich. Right. I've never had a sandwich try and eat me either, but
No, I mean, but, maybe I just need to get out more. I don't know. Nice bomb force on syscrusher's side. I'm gonna get rewarded with a compass just 3 rooms away.
Oh, we're gonna. Oh.
Oof. Yeah. Not having the red ring.
Yep.
And I don't know that syscrusher has bought a potion or has found the letter. I know he's found the letter, but I don't know he's bought a potion yet. The number of blue land modes we've seen in some of these dungeons, I might consider it before going to 9.
Oh, for sure. Especially if he gets the red ring, I could see skipping it. Without the red ring, then yeah. But what I would do differently though is he tried to outrun the land mode. I think you're better off just going ahead and getting out your wand and destroying it because. Oh, this is segmented.
It is. Oh, this could be delicious.
And it's funny because I kept looking at this dungeon like it was vanilla, quest 1. And it's like, because it was kind of behaving like it a little bit, but no, right? So it's shapes. We're not going to see the map, sadly, unless Tabby picks it up, but.
Well, Tabby could end up picking it up, and Tabby's not far from the Triforce either. We're going to clear this room of snakes.
He's almost done with his 8. Alright, syscrusher is going to go ahead and flute away. Now he's got the Triforce out of 1. Just needs to find 4 and do 6.
And because of the location of 4 being at the grave in that one spot that he didn't have bombs, finding 4 might take a while. Fluting to 7.
Yeah, this makes sense because I think what he's got left is the rest of Death Mountain plus that grave spot.
Oh, so if he dips down there before he goes to Western DM, that will save him a ton of time.
It will, but I suspect he's going to go do the Death Mountain stuff first.
Yeah, check density would make a lot of sense as Tabby gets
Oh,
the.
hey, Raft.
Oh, good. Hey, we were just talking about you 15 minutes ago when we thought you were useful. Turns out, no, we don't care.
Nope, we don't need a Raft. Question chat, why is Tabby behind? I don't know that he is necessarily hugely behind, especially given that we have a Quest 1 level 9 staring us in the face. At this point, he just needs to find level 1. I want to say, has he found level 5? I feel like he's been there, but maybe not.
I mean, 5's right in the middle of the map. The only way he wouldn't have found it is if he hasn't done that part of the Eastern Forest yet, which seems a little unlikely, but it's entirely possible.
Syscrusher just needs to find level 4. Definitely knows where level 6 is. I'm getting more money. Thank you. Thank you, Octorok, for giving us more money. Now, I mean, the runners had very different routes. Tabby finding the ladder early because of his dip into 3 early. But the other item in 3 wasn't very useful. Both runners found the bow in level 2. There's our last take any. Syscrusher's going to go ahead and grab the heart. See if Tabby does the same. No, he's going to grab the potion. I think either choice is good here. Syscrusher at 95 rupees is guaranteed to be able to buy 2 potions. At 65, probably Tabby could buy 2 potions if he decides to go to a potion shop, but not guaranteed.
Yeah, and that take any is in about as far a spot away from where level 9 is, all the way up in Casino Corner, as you're going to get. So you're not leaving this to come back later.
No, I mean, I do see runners on occasion will leave, not even take anything from the take any, with the exact plan of coming back for a potion. But yeah, you need something nearby to make that a viable strategy. Speaking of potions, yeah, it turns out Tabby could easily afford that. That 48 rupee red potion.
Boy, that is discount. That is dollar store discount days for both of them.
I know, right?
All right, Tabby flute. Okay, Tabby's fluting to 6, and then well, just got beamed, so gonna have to try that again.
All right, now Syscrusher, having finished all of Death Mountain, now has the raft to check and/or that one bomb spot, and it looks like he's gonna go for the bomb spot first, which is good because the raft's not going to give us anything we actually need.
Okay, this answers our question about on Tabby's side about whether Tabby knows where 5 is. Tabby's checking the desert for the first time, so if Tabby hasn't checked these spots, it's likely because the 5 is one spot south of the desert.
Yeah, and that open cave next to the ferry, right?
Yes. And is this a required? Oh, that's so.
Looks like it's required. Good. Yeah. And, you know, it's an interesting situation Syscrusher was in. With 14 bombs max, I could see giving up the max bombs, but he only has 1 in his inventory. And that may have come into play with his decision to go ahead and just give up the heart. He also knows that the red ring's here, so, and there it is, just right in that shoot room. Now I see why I missed on Tabby's side.
Yeah, I blink and you miss it, especially because you have to set up shop both sides there just to get out of there.
And Tabby's found level 5. Now the
Tabby
difference
found
here,
5 and the wand at the same time. Syscrusher's found 4.
Yeah, Syscrusher in 4, Tabby in 5. Tabby has to still find 1. Syscrusher knows exactly where 6 is. It's very close to our start today. So I'd say a slight advantage to Syscrusher, but we are going to be going into a 1Q9. And 1Q9 is definitely, this is not a 2Q9, this is a 1Q9, so it will do 9 things.
Oh, so many 9 things are possible here. And really, in a game 3, that's almost kind of what you want. That's a fast Triforce for Syscrusher in 4. So the wild card here, in addition to what level 9 can do, is how quickly is Tabby going to find level 1?
Yep. He wouldn't have gotten that hint either, so he does, I mean, I say he doesn't know that it's a Death Mountain, but his choices are now Death Mountain. Well, he's got the Power Bracelet spots too, but we know he's not going to need to worry about that. Power Bracelet in level 1, so even though he doesn't have the no feat of strength hint, it's not going to get him.
True, but I mean, if he wanted to, and he shouldn't do this, as he gets the compass there, and he's going to get out of 5 here in a minute. He could go. That no feat of strength hint is in the hint cave that's close to start. The one
And
that's
you could
closer
buy
to the
hints.
cave. So if you wanted to buy hints, you could, and you would find that out. Not likely, but
Yeah, I
theoretically
mean,
possible.
if I understand it correctly, the hints in the hint shop will only give item information,
Right.
or the sale not, or no feat of strength type of hints. It will not tell you where a dungeon actually is. Those are all in the dungeons themselves. So if he realizes that, he's gonna know that there's no information he needs out of the hint shop, and we'll just skip it. Hi, Zelda's room. Zelda's not in her room today.
It's so mean when you get locked in Zelda.
I know, right?
It's like, what? It's bad enough that I can't do anything in here, but why you gotta lock me in?
Now, the thing that I worry a little bit about, but I don't think will happen, is he should find that raft before he finds level 1. And I just hope he doesn't try and metagame it and go ahead and try and go to those raft spots before heading to the rest of Death Mountain.
That would be an unfortunate time loss. And given where we are, we're just short of an hour in. I would imagine both our runners have to be thinking at this point, like, okay, I'm close to being able to go to 9, but if I'm close to being able to go to 9, my opponent probably is too.
And syscrusher finds the bomb wall that doesn't bomb.
Yep, and he knows that he's quasi-segmented now, but good news, I believe this is the transport room.
This is right, yeah, right here. It was transport room, go up 1, find out you can't bomb through, and then take the transport. Now, there are items, there is an item in one of these rooms. I think the one to the left, but syscrusher doesn't care, he just wants the Triforce, get out of here. And that's right, it was these 2 rooms. It was this room, which is a super room, and the one to the left, which was just, I want to say just a container art sitting on the floor.
Yep, and the stair item was the half of the bassoon that we don't need.
Yep.
So syscrusher can go to 9 now. The easiest way to get there from here would be to flute to 3. Let's see if that's what he's going to do. You could also take any roads up there, but that involves walking.
Tabby gets that last large secret. Yeah, he's still got a few burn bushes over here. Yeah, so you know what? He maybe does check the raft spots. Because he's going to go... He's not that far away from either one of them.
He's got this. I don't know if Tabby's done the South Coast yet, but that would make some sense. It would make a lot of sense to loop around and do that in the hopes that one is on your way, the long way to walk to 9.
All right. Meanwhile, syscrusher into level 9. So Tabby needs this to be, well, I mean, ideally for Tabby, and we do see this happen, it's not unusual, if there's a way to get to Ganon that's really, really easy, and your opponent just misses it. And you'd think that wouldn't happen very often, but it happens all the time. There's a compass.
That's very helpful, and she's over in the far western column.
Yeah, she is very far away.
And even in a level 9 that's as ginormous as this level 9 is, you can still have situations where it's a required magic stair to get to the girl.
Yes, you can. Yeah, I feel like that happens more often in the smaller dungeons. But I mean, vanilla level 9, like the actual regular game, I actually went and counted the other day, because I knew there were 6 staircases. There are 5 that you have to take 5 of them to actually get through to the end, and there's just 1 troll staircase. So you have to take 5 staircases to get through level 9. This is where Quest 2 is better. There's only 1 staircase that you actually have to take in level 9. The other 2 are trolley staircases that you don't really want to deal with.
And it's that one that spits you out up in the right ear that basically says, "Hi, you're going to fight Ganon now, whether you like it or not."
The unofficial 2-way staircase. It's technically a 2-way staircase. You can push the block. I remember when I played it the first time, I did push that block. I was like, how am I supposed to get over there?
It does. It feels like the game's laughing at you at that point.
It sure does.
All right, syscrusher's doing a smart routing thing here. He's finding a path to Zelda in the hopes that Ganon will just kind of be on the way.
Yep, and you know, if he's not, that's okay too. We'll have our path to Zelda, and that's, you know, half the battle in level 9 when we don't have to look for items. Yay! Not shoutouts to not having to look for items today.
That does feel good. And here, thought that might be an old man with a hint because we have the book. We can have useful hints. Well, okay, that's one way to get to the girl.
Not the logical way, but you know, it's doable.
No, that is an important point. That the game's logic will not force you to do what I call a trick. So it will not force you to ladder clip in order to get to Zelda or to beat the game. So there has to be another way to get there. There's the raft for Tabby. Tabby doesn't know that that's not required, but at this point,
keep going. Don't. Okay, good. Should be fine for Tabby. He's gonna find level 1 very shortly. If he keeps going, he's gonna do East Death Mountain first. That's unfortunate.
Oh no, that's where it is. It's one screen.
Oh, was he though?
Yeah, one screen to the left of Spectacle Rock.
Ah, okay.
So I'm gonna do this check. This will be.
I had it in the wrong spot in my mind.
I did too. I thought it was the flute spot here to the left, but it's past that. Gonna check this. That's nothing. Spectacle Rock, I don't think is anything either.
I mean, to be fair, most of the, those locations that are only in one quest or the other, because it's the first quest overworld, it's only about a 34% chance, like just over 2/3 of those locations will open. So when someone says, this spot never opens, well, it's because it probably doesn't open most of the time.
Yeah.
2/3 of the time it's not opening. Almost makes me want to do the second quest overworld so that more locations open, but then you're only getting one large secret, and thank you no.
Yeah, that does not feel great. That is guaranteed poverty.
Oh, okay. Tabby, you got the entrance to Death hint. Oh gosh, we get to see the map of level 1. Thank you, Tabby. We didn't see the hint or the map on syscrusher's side. Unfortunately, the Triforce is the other direction and is not on the other side of the transport. So hopefully, if Tabby sees the transport does not take it.
Okay, well, there's the compass. There's the answer. It's 3 rooms over.
You know what? I like it. Chat saying it's Texas. I like that. Yeah, that. I mean, not the whole thing, because Texas does not have a segment.
It's Texas. I initially thought it was a throwing star, and then the segment's like a board that you're throwing the throwing star at. Mm-hmm. But no, Texas is better. I like Texas. I mean, I have BBQ in my name, so I kind of have to. Oh, we found Ganon all the way up in the northeast corner.
Because of course we're going to put Ganon as far away. He does a much better job in vanilla guarding Zelda, because he's right in front of her,
There's the stun lock. So syscrusher's got this. So Ganon is in the far northeast corner in 9, and 9 was in the far northeast corner of the map.
You cannot get much further apart than these two were in this seed. All right, Tabby finishing up, but he's gonna get into level 9. He might get there before syscrusher gets to Zelda. It'll be close, but that's this, because this is a long path, but syscrusher does have the path.
Tabby, what? This is not a transport. I'm not sure what this is.
Bombs, maybe? He's only got one. Yeah, he's gonna buy bombs.
Bombs make sense.
He didn't get the upgrade, so we'll see if he grabs another pack.
Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. Syscrusher has the path, however, has taken down Ganon. So if assuming Syscrusher remembers how to do a ladder clip, which he should, he just did it a couple minutes ago.
I imagine that's not one you're going to forget very easily.
I hope not, but I've gotten nervous in tournament races before.
Oh, for sure.
Syscrusher will not, however. Syscrusher is a very seasoned runner. One room away, this door's going to pop. Just needs to be able to do the ladder clip. There it is. And everybody get your Chi-G's. Oh, she's in this room too.
GG's to syscrusher, finishing with an official race time of 1:08:21, just before Tabby Orange enters level 9.
Really well run by both runners. Getting it, with the way out the items were laid out here, getting into level 9 at 108 is really, really good.
Absolutely.
But syscrusher just once he had bow and silver, just turn on the jets.
Yeah, I don't know what kept. I'd love to go back and look. Maybe it was just those gomas, and Tabby didn't have the bow. He was in level 8 the first time. But the double dip of level 8, I think, may have been the killer blow for him.
That, and there was time to be made up because syscrusher had to see a lot of 7 and a lot of 8.
Right, and Tabby ended up going through 7 twice.
Yeah,
because he ended up back at start.
Yeah, and that may have been an opportunity to gain some time that wasn't grabbed. We are joined by our race winner and our series winner, syscrusher. GG, syscrusher.
GG's.
Thanks, guys. Where's Tabby at?
Yeah, he entered 9 right after you finished.
Oh boy, yeah.
It was pretty close. You were looking for 1 and 4 while he was looking. No, sorry. Yeah, you were looking for 1 and 4. Knew where 6 was. He was looking for 5.
Oh, that's rough because there's a juicy item in there that I was very happy to find.
Yeah, the book and the wand. And yeah, he was also looking for 1.
Okay.
And he just didn't have the book as early, so didn't have the Death Mountain hit for 1, and went a lot of places before he found level 1, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, I had the raft spots and up in the waterfall, which I couldn't get to early because of the blue wizrobes up there.
That blue wizrobe screen at the top of the waterfall
so I was like, yeah,
was pretty nasty.
Yeah, so I'm glad I decided to check that bomb spot instead of up and checking the raft first. But
yeah,
that's the only spots I had left.
Well, Tabby just found Ganon a lot faster than you did, though. We'll give him that.
Yeah. Yeah, I did find the power bracelet in level 1, but it was needed at that
By
point.
then, yeah. You already had the hint, and then,
Yeah.
And even if you hadn't had the hint, I think 1 was your last dungeon, was it not? Or last dungeon.
It was, yeah. Last one to find, yeah. Was it? No, it was 4 was my last one to find.
Oh, that's right. You did have to.
But I didn't need anything at that point. Those nice little happy surprise silvers and 7 there in one room in there.
Those silvers were kind of surprised all of us. Like all of a sudden, hey, silvers.
Yeah, that was huge. That was massive, and that's as far as you could get in the level too, without taking the transport.
I mean, let's talk about that 7 for a second. That was a terrible, terrible 7.
Yeah.
So not only did you have to use the transport that takes you, like the Triforce was like 1 room up.
Yeah, I know, right? I knew.
You had to take the transport all the way to the other end of the room, go all the way back around. You both paid off that mugger. I at the time, like, don't do it, because you had the bomb hole, and if it just happens to be that room, if it just happens to be that room, I'll keep my bomb and heart,
Yeah.
And then of course you get the bomb upgrade right afterwards after paying the heart. Although I don't know if you would have paid the bomb instead. And then you have to loop all the way back around, and we didn't quite see what happened to Tabby, but he had following your path in level 7, but somehow ended up back at start and had to go all the way around again. So there's a little bit more time lost for him. Yeah.
I had some close calls where I could have had some really bad deaths, like that Gliok where I was hanging by a thread, and that would have been a really bad death. A couple other ones, 5 deaths total, which isn't really good, but.
Yeah.
It went alright. I made a couple decisions I thought were pretty. It ended up being pretty good. Leaving 3, I wanted to stay in 3, but saw it was Pole's voice, and I only had a wood sword, 3 hearts, and no bombs, like no keys. So I was like, ah.
Yeah, Tabby hung in there against those Pole's voice, got through it, did a very nice Kananaki.
Oh, nice.
And then got his ladder very early, and then it got 2 extra hearts out of it because he got the heart in 2 that was ladder block plus the one on the coast. And GG's to Tabby Orange, finishing up with an official race time of 1:13:02. So
yeah, Tabby played really well and had a really fast 9. Really close.
That was
together.
that was a much faster 9 than you had.
Yeah,
But, you know,
I
these
did a
things
little
happen.
circle around there, and I mismarked my staircases up there in the northwest.
Mm.
I went through the same one twice, but whatever.
I mean,
Then I
in that
forgot I had
9, I
bow
mean,
too when I went
Zelda,
back to 3.
you know, Ganon and Zelda were about as far apart as they
Yeah.
can get. And we do welcome in Tabby Orange GG's.
Thank you.
GG,
GG,
dude.
Run.
GG, man.
So, yeah, I mean, it was just, yeah, you played very, very well. Just the extra time it took you to find your last dungeons, which I believe were 5 and 1?
5 and 1, yeah.
Yeah, and okay, so tell us what happened in 7, because that 7 was pretty nasty. With you walk in, the Triforce, you find out later, is like right above where you walk in, like one or two rooms in.
Yeah,
And you have
but
to go transport,
can
you have to go
bomb there,
all the
yeah.
way around. And you know, we were watching both of you, but at one point, you know, you were in 7 a little bit behind syscrusher in terms of your route in 7, not in terms of just the game overall.
Mhm.
And we saw syscrusher get the Triforce under that Gliok, and then I looked over to your screen. You were back at the start of the dungeon. What happened there?
Oh, I just up-A'd because I had really only kind of done like I didn't realize that the third room you couldn't bomb out of. So I was
Okay.
like, I kind of got to the end here. Let me just start again. Like, you know, that's kind of because I just
Okay.
thought you could kind of go in there and
Not
I don't have
unreasonable to think
backtrack.
that, you know.
But that actually worked out that I did because I would have got to the Triforce, missed all the
Yep.
rooms, and I would have left, and I would not have fought.
And you would okay. So
like it actually worked out that I
okay.
updated there.
That's good then, because yeah,
I
missing those silvers would be
100%
very
I
very
found the
problematic.
stair item. I 100% would have left and not gone back.
But
in.
you don't want to look all over 1Q7 for the
Right.
floor item.
Because I had all those rooms in the top middle that I hadn't checked as well. So it's
No, I
wasn't
mean,
like,
yeah,
it was like
I
one
totally-
room right there. Yeah, I'll check it. But
I can't disagree with that call for even a split second. So that just would have been unfortunate if that happened. So I guess it's good that you up-A'd and had to go all the way back through the dungeon again.
yeah, I'm not really sure how you could get. Yeah, unless you like, you would have to go through a ton of rooms in 7, just where the Triforce was and where you couldn't bomb. Like you were forced to kind of. Because I bombed like so many walls in that 7. I have tons of marks on my map.
Yeah, it was that segment that in the bottom, second from the bottom row, that 3-room segment on the right. That was hard. That was a hard required transport up there.
Yep.
So yeah, both of you had to spend a ton of time in 7.
That was such a dumb 7.
It really
Such
was.
a dumb 7. I mean, at least the bait didn't come into play. That's the only good thing I can say about it.
Yeah, right.
So early on, that Kananaki you did in level 3, that was beautiful. Very nicely done.
I don't know what was that. I was like flying there. I was beaming and not getting touched. I don't know how I was doing that, but
Your early 3 to get the ladder out of there. syscrusher was in there around the same time as you, but had to go back to clear 3. Yep. You kept your beam swords for quite a while you were in there, and unfortunately, the ladder didn't unlock as much as maybe you would hope if finding the ladder that early. But
it unlocked 2 heart containers.
Early.
Yeah, and I don't.
2 heart containers.
I don't know if was it even like ladder block the seed, because like once you have the ladder, you don't even really notice what's ladder
honestly,
block.
I did
honestly
5
don't
and
know.
2 without the ladder, so and then I went to 3 immediately after 2. So yeah, after that I have no idea.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Once the ladder is acquired, you just
one
don't
less
even
thing
notice.
to think about. Yeah.
So yeah, just there were 2 hearts. There were 2 hearts blocked by the ladder, so you had 2 extra hearts theoretically, but of course paid the mugger with hearts and more hearts.
Yeah,
and don't even not even a 2Q dungeon to be found, and yet we kept finding muggers.
Yeah, and I think based on how it was bombing, I'm pretty sure that mugger in 7 was required.
Nope.
And that wasn't.
Nope, not at all.
Oh no.
That all it did was open up one room that had
okay,
nothing
so
in
you
it.
could go there.
Yeah, so
and then
you
that
just bomb
1 and
down.
4 was definitely required. I
The
think.
1 and 4 was definitely required.
that
There's no doubt about that one.
Yes.
I do have to say thank you for showing us the map of what chat dubbed Texas.
Yeah, I I don't have the mic on, but I definitely I said something when I saw that. I was like, ah.
Yeah, syscrusher, you were probably lucky to have missed it. You were not happy with that 9 hint there.
Which 9 hint?
There was a 9 hint. No, you didn't see it, syscrusher.
Oh.
There was a hint for the location level 9 that Tabby was not happy.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was already like over an hour into the seed by the time I got to level 1.
Yeah,
So.
and yeah, in the end, syscrusher got the book a lot earlier and had some information, I mean, the feat of strength, we got the feat of strength hint, but that was almost irrelevant considering that the power bracelet was in 1, so that wouldn't have hurt you at all. But it did there was a hint in level 8, I want to say, that said that level 1 was in Death Mountain.
Okay, yeah.
So that would have saved you a ton of time if you'd seen that.
That would have helped, but yeah.
But you played well, and coming off the Rookie Rumble Championship, you've shown you belong with the big boys. So congratulations on your tournament.
Thank you. Yep, and GG Crusher again, and
GG you too, man.
yeah, hope you
Good races.
Yeah, I thought this series went really well, and wishing you the best of luck in the rest of the tournament.
Appreciate it.
One more question I have for you guys.
Mhm.
We didn't get a restream of the first game, and I believe it was like a 1-minute finish.
Yeah,
It was really
really
close. Yeah,
I was
very
really
close.
sad. I saw the result. I'm like, oh, I gotta find that VOD, and it's like it didn't exist. So.
Yeah, it was a kind of hunt for silvers type of deal. Like
Oh yeah, that's it.
and I checked in 9, it wasn't in 9. So I went to 6. Basically, I was like, Crusher's not gonna go to 6. So that was
You're right.
that was my play. It was like,
You are
if it was
absolutely
if it was in 7, I would have lost already. So I did let me guess 6 because he's not gonna go to 6.
Good call, man. 'Cause that's the
Yeah,
last
good
place
call.
I went.
Yep.
And it was way up there too.
Yes, it was. That's right.
I bet you
It
were
was-
sweating. I'm like, God. Yeah, because
All
that was
right.
so much work for that. Yeah.
All right, and yeah, again, Tabby, give you one last chance. Is there anything else you want to say about the tournament?
No, just thank you both BBQ and Tracy, Camion for tracking, SpeedGaming for having us on, and thanks to Fury and all the admins for doing a great job.
All right, now,
Same.
syscrusher, you're
Mhm.
moving on. Anyone that doesn't want the result of the previous match, mute now. I'm warning you.
I watched it.
Yeah, I know you. I'm sure you watched it. So you're going to be facing Malchior in the next round. Any
Yeah.
thoughts?
Nah, we've raced each other all the time. We win some, lose some, go back and forth, so it'd be good races.
All right. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
going to be fun as we get down to the round of 32. Yeah. And good luck to you, and Tappy, good luck in your future tournaments. I'm sure we'll see you back. But yeah,
Thank you.
anything else? We gave Tabby the last word. syscrusher, anything else you want to add before we go ahead and close it out?
No, same as Stabby. Thanks to all the volunteers. It's a lot of time involved here. So I appreciate it, and we wouldn't have this tournament without you guys. So you guys are
Alright.
great. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much. Now, there is, let me actually check. There is one other race that started a half hour after ours, another Game 3 and a night of Game 3s, Shtan versus Big Slamu. So if you're looking for some more action, go ahead and check out SpeedGaming Main and see if that one is still going. Tomorrow, not sure what all is getting to restream. I think we're done with Game 3s. But there's a race, the first race on the schedule at, doing the math here, it's at 9:30. That'll be Captain Green 7 versus Alsoa in Game 1. And then we have Sigil and Jay Coper at 10 o'clock. They're Game 2. And then for those of you Night Owls, if you're on the West Coast, we do have a 1:30 a.m. between Cafe JD and Spudazorus. A couple of Best of the Rest matches that could get on restream as well. But yeah, keep an eye on that schedule, to see what's all coming up.
So many really good races, including this one. Tracy, this was a ton of fun. Big thanks
It really
to you
was.
and Camion for doing the tracking and everyone behind the scenes. But this race was a really good example of what happens when you get two really good runners who can show you what they can do in
Yep.
a not too devilish seed, but one that had enough difficulty that
Not a free seed either, you know, not a
No.
jet or free seed, you know, definitely had some twist to it. So
But that's what you want in a game 3. You want the runners to be able to show you all that they can do, and both Syscrusher and Tabby did exactly that, and it was great to watch.
all right, but yeah, that is pretty much going to do it for us. Thank you again to Kamion for doing the tracking. BBQ, we talked about this before the race. Our last comps together was actually in person at SG Live, so glad we got to do it again.
Oh,
And
absolutely,
of course,
same.
and everybody out there, we're thrilled that you came out and watched. If you're not already following the runners, I will put the links in chat, and you can go ahead and click on those to go ahead and follow these guys. And yeah, and head over to SpeedGaming Main and see what's going on over there, and we'll see you at the next races.
Have a good night, everybody.